Good evening and welcome to the hot and spicy vlog, the weekly, what should we call it, weekly interlude program, show, video. How's your week been? I'm waiting for the answer, but I hope it was good. Right, hot and spicy, bit of a mixture tonight. First of all, 2 Tesco's Southern Fried chicken, 1 breast, 1 leg, or 1 thigh and 1 leg, and these are Tesco's hot and spicy. Sunblushed, and one of my favourite sauces, sweet chilli dipping sauce hot by Blue Dragon. Not available by Tesco's, incidentally. They did have it in, but right now they've just got the original. Not good enough for me, not good enough Tesco. Get it stocked. Thank you very much, yeah. And a bit of a change tonight. You might have hobgoblin, but not me. Oh no. King Goblin. This is a special reserve. King Goblin. Deal, one of my trolls. Look at that, 6.6%. So, now, some beers, and this may be included, I'm not sure, the writing's too small, I can't read without my old glasses, but some beers are best, or maybe all beers, I don't know, I'm not an expert in beers, I just drink them, are best served at room temperature. But I've put this in the fridge so it's ice cold. I like it like that. Before people say in the cup, oh, you should serve it, what? I like it like that. Look at that. Hey, I should have bar work me, look at that. It's good, isn't it? Cheers. Don't know what it's like. It's nice, yeah, very nice, special reserve. Hops, malty. There's a sweetness there. That was nice, very smooth. Right, enough of that, let's have a bite of this. Right, I may have mentioned this, I don't know. A lot of people say they buy this bread, but they can't get this crunch I've got. Well, firstly, I'll leave it a bit longer than stated on the package. And secondly, don't put it in a tray. Put it on the oven shelf on its own. If you're worried about drips, put the tray underneath. That way the heat gets to it better. And you get that crunch. Oh dear, I'm good to you. Hey? Right, chicken time, and let's have one without. Yeah. This is a carry on. Oh, damn, I forgot my cloth. Trousers, I'll have to make do. Yesterday in work, I seen a spectacle. Do you remember me mentioning the starlings gathering in a field? It wasn't far off 1,000. Well, yesterday I was driving in the van delivering mail, and I drive a diesel van, window was shut because it's cold at the minute, driving along, and I could hear this noise. What the hell? I thought there was something wrong with the van for a minute. Opened the window and it was this sound of birds. I've never heard anything like it in my life. The volume. Anyway, I stopped the van to empty a post box by this area, and there was literally thousands, and I mean that, thousands of starlings. They were on the field floor, and the trees above was black. Absolute. I've never seen nothing like it. And the noise, you can hear. I've filmed a bit on my little camera, on this little camera I take, and you can hear it, but you couldn't see him. You could see him a bit, but anyway, take a look and see what you think. Fantastic it was. Okay, I'm not sure how it'll pick up on camera, but you can, outside there's literally thousands of starlings. I've never seen anything like it. Try and zoom in. See a lot of them on the floor. Through there. You can't see them dots at the far end, but they're in the trees, everything. There's a breeze here, but that's the sound of thousands and thousands of starlings. Absolutely amazing. Right, back to work. Lovely, eh? Nice. Then, you know, if you're there, it's you know, the camera can never do it justice. I don't think you could hear it, but when you're there, oh, superb. Right, I think we'll go with a southern fried. We'll have a bit of this on it. There you go. How's that? How's that? And thank you to the chap that watches, because you said glad you like these because you pack them, and what a good job you do. Fantastic, yeah, thank you very much. A big box of chicken, legs and thighs for £3, Tesco's. Opposite, if you go to the Rithin one like I do, you'll see hot and spicy chicken wings, these, on one side, and if you look opposite on the next side, you'll see southern fried chicken like this. You put them in the oven for 45 minutes. And worth it. Hungry? Are you? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Good chicken too. I was deciding what to have tomorrow for dinner, and it was a choice really between pork and duck breasts. The breasts are more succulent, and they were on offer one day in Tesco, so I bought a couple of packs of them, froze them. Anyway, I've decided on the duck breasts, and I've only just remembered to take them out the freezer. So roast, I like them. I like the skin roast. Some people do plum sauce and this and the other, but I'm doing it like a Sunday dinner, so I don't bother with plum sauce on this occasion. So I'm having boiled potatoes, roast potatoes, carrots, peas, Yorkshire pudding, and let's say lashentos of gravy. But I'll leave the duck out of the gravy, if that makes sense, because the skin will be crispy. So I'll have the crunch and then the gravy after. Lovely. And I've seen the first bit of snow today on the tops where I go. Very light dusting, but it was there. Very cold today. Wind was to the bone, but very refreshing. What I do, it makes me go a bit quicker, you know, because what I do is I put the heater on in the van and then jump out, go and deliver the mail, and then you straight back, because you know it's going to be warm in the van seat, so it does encourage you to go a bit faster. But yeah, bloody hell. Highly recommend these. I think the layout will be the same most Tesco's, opposite the hot and spicy wings. £3, well worth it. And the chap, if you're watching, that you said you pack these, do you pack them for Tesco, or do you pack the chicken and they get distributed to Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Morrison's and all that sort of stuff? Interesting to know. Yeah, so that's plans tomorrow. Feeders, these birds, I tell you, I've been going through stuff. Seed, fat balls especially, boom, gone. Even the old crows, and they get on my nerves, these big birds, when they come in. But then again, they're a bird. I suppose they got a bad reputation. They're scavengers, but they're a bird, and they're hungry. They got a right. So I don't say nothing. I don't do anything. I just put more out and let them have a feed. Until, you see, the trouble is they come in, 1 or 2 come, you don't mind, and then you let them do it, and then 3 or 4 come, and then 6 and 10. So once that happens, no. That's the trouble with them. They get greedy, like pigeons. Bloody, you start with 1 or 2 and you think, oh, it's not so bad, and then next minute you look at it. But there again, it's nature. What can you do? And apples, I buy apples now, this time of the year, for the blackbirds and any ground feeders. That lovely. Well, straight to the bone. Blackbirds or whatever. What bird did I see? I forgot now. There was a bird eating one of the apples, and it was the first time I've ever seen, what the hell was it? This particular breed. I thought, I've never seen them eat an apple before. And they must have been desperate, hungry and So bad news last week. When I filmed my last walking video, and then the police were in the mental. The gate was open one side where they got a key, go in, do their rounds. They stop in certain areas and go in or check, you know. And then I happened to be passing the front, the main gates, when they were in there, and then I filmed, I did a clip, didn't I, a warning from the police to keep away. Well, within hours of that video being filmed, the section by between the silos and the canteen had gone up in flames, and I mean I've seen photos of the flames coming out the windows, the roof, absolutely blazing. And in my head, it's deliberate. It's got to be deliberate, because firstly, there's no gas, there's no electricity in the place, and it's so damp. The place is on the verge of collapse inside because of the dampness, the wetness, and yet it was burning away. So, you know, people are not stupid. It's been deliberate. And I heard, you know, whether there's any truth in this, I don't know. I'm just saying what I've heard. But a few people think that the old owner is being transferred to the council now, the Denbighshire County Council, but the previous owner or the current owner, whatever the situation is at the minute. It's funny that like the main hall in the mental, you know, they weren't allowed to touch it because it had bats in there which are protected, and a lot of the buildings are grade 2, grade 1 listed, as the front of the hospital is. That will have to be kept, whatever the front, because it's listed, protected. Anyway, it's funny that main hall went on fire, and of course, you know, no more bats. So I don't know, people say for now these fires start, they think, some people think it's part of the legal process, the previous owners making things awkward and making things last and doing all these things. But you can't prove these things. It could be hearsay, it could be chit chat, you know, what people are like, especially in local areas. People gossip and make 2 and 2 becomes 5 and all that. Or it could be idiots going in and, you know, setting fire to the place. It's a shame that place has suffered. It's done so much for so many people. It's helped so many patients, that hospital, and it's employed so many people from Denby and surrounding areas and other towns. It's trained nurses and staff. It's been a community. It lived on its own, you know. It was self-contained. It didn't need anything. It made anything it needed. It grew anything it wanted to eat. Everything. And the patients, as part of their therapy, worked in little departments they enjoyed in life, you know, before they were ill. So they might be a gardener, they'd go and work in the gardens. They love sport, they'd go and work in the sports section. They loved making things, they'd go and work in the engineers department, the woodwork, the plumbing, the electricians, all that sort of stuff. And that was part of their therapy. They were a lot of people give you the wrong idea that people used to be tied to a chair and screaming and all this sort of torturous treatment. Bollocks, rubbish. It might have happened in the 1800s, before, you know, when it first opened, when treatments were rough. Then people didn't know any better, but certainly not in the later times. The only time people were treated torturously or anything like that was by corrupt people, you know, and they were soon found out and sacked and jailed probably. But the majority of people were local people, and they really thought highly of the hospital. God, this is going on a bit of a but yeah, just speaking from the heart really. But what I'm going to say is, it's done all that for the community in the area. It's a fantastic, beautiful building, even if you lived away, never been to Denbigh, or if you're born and bred Denbighite, it's still a beautiful building. You're never tired of seeing it. I don't know anybody that says, oh, I'm sick of seeing that place. Never. You'll never hear that. It's a beautiful building. People travel from all over the world to see it. Just the architecture, you know, but what I'm trying to say is, it's suffered enough through neglect. It's been empty over 20 years. You know, as I say, with no sort of facilities, no electric, no gas, no heating and stuff like that, which keeps a building in good condition. And then to add to that, you know, decay, weather. So you got the wind, the rain, leaks and things like that, so it deteriorates. And then on top of that, you got people going in there who think it's okay to smash things because, well, it's not theirs, they're only there for the day. And they just leave, you know. So all that history and just, I don't know, there's no respect these days. No respect. It's a shame, really. A great shame. But here endeth that lesson. Back with you. Back on the Carlin, the Golden Amber Nectar. That Special Reserve King Goblin, very nice, 6.6%, and you know it. And I say before, a lot of people say to me, why don't you, it's a real beer, you know, real ale, you got fantastic choices over in this country sort of thing. And yeah, but they're very expensive sometimes. You know, I don't enjoy them enough to spend the money on them. Does that make sense? You know, this is good enough for me. I don't need, you know, luxuries, and that's good enough for me. Nice, refreshing, cool drink. Gets the job done. A few of these, and that's it. I'm quite happy. Little things, please. Little minds like mine. What else is there? Sunday dinner sorted. No, that is it. So, thank you so much for joining me yet again. If you've joined me in eating, I hope yours was as good. If you haven't, come on, you know the story by now. You know, sitting there drooling. And wherever you are in the world, whenever you're watching it, I really appreciate it. Thanks very much. And I will see you in the next video. Oh, lovely. Take care.